I remember the exact moment I stopped being the victim. It wasn't when the doctors said the word paralyzed. It wasn't when my commanding officer avoided my eyes. It wasn't even when they wheeled me into that sterile room and spoke about adjusting expectations. It was when my sister leaned close to my ear thinking I was asleep and whispered, "The KABUL files. I hope they stay buried with you." I stopped breathing. Not because I couldn't, because I understood. We were inseparable once. That's the lie everyone still believes. She was the younger one, the softer one, the one who cried when I left for deployment. I used to send her voice notes from dusty checkpoints, promising I'd come back. She'd laugh, call me dramatic, tell me to stay alive just to annoy her. I trusted her with everything. Passwords, documents, my apartment, my life. When the blast hit in Kabul, everything went white. Then black, then nothing below my neck. Weeks blurred into antiseptic silence. Machines, faces hovering, voices that spoke around me. And her, always her. She cried perfectly, held my hand like a saint, spoke to doctors with controlled panic, organized everything back home, paid bills, answered calls. Your sister is incredible, they told me. She's so strong. I believed them. At first, I had to. But strength has a smell, and hers reeked of calculation. It started small. She began answering questions before I could blink. She corrected people about my condition like she owned it. She spoke about my future in past tense. She would have wanted this. She always said that. Would have. Always said. Like I was already archived. Then came the whisper. The KABUL files. That wasn't something she should know. Those files weren't just classified, they were buried. Locked behind clearance levels she'd never touch. Evidence. Names. Deals that shouldn't exist. And suddenly, everything shifted. This wasn't about care. This was about control. Paralysis teaches patience. You have nothing but time. Time to listen. Time to observe. Time to become invisible. I stopped reacting. I let my eyes stay dull. Let my breathing slow. Let her believe I was drifting further away. Meanwhile, I watched. She made calls outside the room. Thought the hallway cameras didn't pick up audio. They didn't, but they picked up patterns. Same number. Repeated. I memorized it. A nurse kind overworked became my first ally. A blank system. 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for urgent. People underestimate the powerless. That's their first mistake. Getting access was slow, painfully slow. But I still had rank. And buried beneath the layers of pity, I still had clearance. A military liaison visited weekly. Bored, detached. I blinked. Again, until he noticed. Then I made him listen. Piece by piece, I spelled it out. Numbers, names, the call pattern, the phrase, KABUL files. He didn't believe me at first. Then he checked, and his posture changed. That's when the planning began. Quiet, surgical. We traced the number. Not random. Contractor, black market broker, someone who dealt in information that could rewrite careers or end them. She wasn't just pretending I was gone. She was using me, selling fragments, positioning herself as the grieving gatekeeper of a dead soldier's secrets. Sympathy opens doors, and she was walking through all of them. I let her continue. That was the hardest part. Listening to her speak about me like a memory. Watching people praise her. Watching her step into spaces that used to be mine. But every call she made was recorded now. Every message traced. Every transaction documented. We built a case. Not emotional. Legal. Ruthless. The day I moved again, she wasn't there. Irony. Months of silence. And my fingers twitched when she was busy selling another piece of me. Rehabilitation was hell. But pain is easier when it has direction. And mine did. The confrontation wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. They gathered her in a conference room. Military officials, investigators, calm faces with sharp eyes. I was wheeled in last. Standing wasn't necessary. Seeing me was enough. Her face. I'll remember that forever. Not guilt, not relief. Fear. Pure, unfiltered. You said she. One of them started. She wasn't supposed to wake up, my sister said, before she could stop herself. Silence. Heavy. Crushing. I spoke then. My voice wasn't strong, but it didn't shake. You should have checked first. Her eyes snapped to me. You always underestimated me. They laid it out methodically. Call logs, transfers, recordings. Her voice filled the room. Confident, calculated, selling. Access to something she barely understood. She tried to deny it, then justify it, then cry. But truth doesn't bend once it's exposed. The power shifted slowly, like a tide pulling back. The same people who praised her stopped looking at her altogether. They looked at me, not with pity, with something else. Respect. She was taken away quietly. No drama, no screaming, just consequences. I went back to the hospital room that night. Same walls, same machines, but everything felt different. I wasn't the ghost anymore. She was. People still ask me if I regret it, if I regret letting it go that far, if I regret what happened to her. I don't, because she made one critical mistake. She thought I was already gone, that my silence meant surrender, that my stillness meant weakness. But silence is where strategy is born, and stillness, that's where I learned to become dangerous. I lost my legs in Kabul, but I didn't lose myself. She did. The moment she decided to take my life and sell it piece by piece, I just made sure she paid for it completely.